Monster goop and creature carcasses. HQ security seems to have kept them at bay. Maybe they retreated further into the complex. Get overwhelmed? No, there's not enough bodies. Where could they be? If anyone's still alive, they would have probably retreated to the upper floors. Now I gotta find a safe way up there. Authorized personnel only. Security clearance level 3 or above required. I need to turn on the power first. Some kind of alarm.
Someone respond. And stuck in the...
I read you. What's your situation?
And stuck in the basement. They're a strange... here. They killed... I don't know how long.
Damn, it's probably too late. Seems to be crawling with monsters below. Gotta be careful if I don't want to end up the same way. never get used to this. Taking from the dead to help the living. Well, it needs to be done. And I need that access card.
Okay, one more time. Dash, dot, dot, dash, and then dot, dash, dash, dot. It's not that
Looks like an upper management office. If I find information anywhere, it's here. Someone in management must have known what's really going on. There's a crumpled piece of paper in the trash. A note addressed to Joel O'Brien.
I will not repeat myself again, Joel. We are not signing a military contract. They'll just take the Chaos Stone or send their brass to breathe down our necks. Either way, we would forfeit our freedom of research and control over what we do with the results. That is unacceptable.
Hey, am I hallucinating? Are you a real human? With the company? Please, tell me you're with the government or military.
Name's Carter. Don't mean to disappoint, sir, but I'm just a supply runner for prison. Are you O'Brien? Do you know what the hell is going on here?
I'm not going anywhere, and I can't promise I'll make it to the end of my story, but be my guest, Mr. Carter. It was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Beautiful, full of potential, otherworldly.
Focus, Joel. What made this stone so special?
Something that could change the world fell right into our hands. We had no money to fund our research. I got in touch with Ed. The man has more wealth than anyone could ever spend. And he too saw the vast potential of the stone. So we created Prism. We worked so hard. So very hard. Yet years went by without tangible results.
So, somebody got impatient, ignoring the risk.
I see. I remember you now, Carter. Experiment 5, 7... what the hell does it matter? You're here. You seem reasonably stable. So, if you don't mind, let us continue. Edward, he became obsessed with the stone and its power. He never intended to share it with me, with the world. Maybe it turned him. Maybe he was always like that. Never a friend.
The stone did this. It's no miracle. It's a curse.
Regardless, he did it. He activated the stone without any thought for human or other life. The changes to the environment, the monsters, all of it. I didn't want any of this. I tried. Now Ed and his bullshit cult locked themselves in the lab and will doom us all. I'm sorry I didn't stop him. I should have known.
Joe. Do you hear that? It's like something's calling me. Not you, fool. And it is not merely a call. Someone wants to subdue me.
Lerala Othrol, Magokaya Yanaga.
I don't know what that means.
Nifa! Wait, what? an ordinary human. Wait, I remember you. Test subject 35 something something. Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps you are more than meets the eye.
Your command of their language is lacking. Try practicing on the lesser creatures. The ones that crawl on the floor, as befits your own station.
No! My incantations are perfect.
Pathetic.
Such arrogance! Such insolence! Thurl commands even you! And I shall wield Thurl's powers. Gloat while you still can, creature of the abyss. For in the end, all shall be chained to Thurl's will, and thus mine!
I feel no shame to admit that our kind is indeed prone to arrogance. But you creatures, you really think you are the first to attempt this? Or, indeed, so special and gifted to succeed where countless have failed over eons? And you think you're different? Yes, Carter. I have endured failure and humiliation. I have learned from it that both this human and our adversary still share the same kind of hubris, will work to our advantage.
Please tell me you found something. Tell me we can set things right and bring Prism to justice.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't get any actual evidence.
But we know where all the evidence is, right? We need to return to the lab.
Jackie, there are things in that place I can't even describe. The whole place is overrun with creatures. There's nothing to go back to but certain death.
We've got to do something. You can't just give up when we're so close. All those deaths, all those people suffering by Prism's recklessness.
If we die, there won't be any justice for us either.
If we could just go back there. Oh, I'm an activist, damn it. I hate just standing around idly.
That evidence isn't going anywhere. When the dust settles, we'll get it. Or someone else will if this goes south.
This is absurd! They took proper science and turned it into this farce of a third-rate mysticism cabal bent on world domination without any of my data, a plan, or an empiric basis. We had everything prepared for legitimate experiments and a watertight data set.
So, you knew about the stone. What else are you holding back?
Of course I knew. I am one of the lead researchers. But we used the scientific method, not superstitious rituals or blind reliance on the word of one rich man. And the safety of our test subjects was always our top priority.
Test subjects? You are talking about people. The same people who turned into monsters.
Human experiments. A harsh term. All those who interacted with the stone knew the risks, and any procedures were corporate sanctioned. The containment breach wasn't our fault.
Talk fancy all you want. It is what it is. Compassion and ethics don't seem to get along with your kind of science.
Get off your high horse, delivery driver. You didn't have to make any of those decisions. We always followed safety protocols. I was actually objecting to any field tests. Experimenting on the stone outside of containment was unscientific, dumb, and reckless.
You objected, but you didn't stop it. And you only regret it now that it's too late. There's no excuse for that.
Well, that's it for Prism. One CEO dead, the other gone crazy. That's a big load of problems off our backs.
Why am I not surprised that you're not particularly broken up about it?
Look, let me be honest with you. Prism's just another carcass lying around here. And soon the scavengers will swoop in. Other corporations gonna want a piece of it, but military and government got dibs. So why not help those poor companies and turn a tidy profit while we're at it?
A greedy mind is such a winding path with a simple goal. Your thirst for profit will be your undoing, and then another's gain.
Everything we've been through makes you think, doesn't it? How the choices we make lead us to the weirdest places. And sometimes you stand at the crossroads and are forced to choose between two rough tracks. And once you take the first step, there's no turning back. Then you ponder and doubt yourself. You ever been in love, Carter?
You pulled your weight, old man. Couldn't wish for a better guide. Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Just stay sharp out there. There's more creatures here than anywhere we've been before. Best case, HQ and security held out and called in the cavalry. If that doesn't pan out, well, I say we get drunk, 'cause I'm all out of ideas.
We'll get blind drunk either way, man. Count on me.
The trees tell me many stories. I prefer to listen to them while they're still alive. But others, like the stories inked as symbols on their papery remains. Some contain wisdom, some contain history. And while every story is worthwhile, not listening to the living things around us will always be alien to me. But one of your people's writings surprised me.
Just summarize it for me.
It was written by a man from the island of Rhodes. The way he tells stories, he must have felt the touch of the beast. It seemed to me that he dreamed the same dreams the beast shares with us. He spoke of creatures, undying, dreaming in fathomless cities and between the stars, terrible in their might, much like the beast of our land. You have to listen within to find how savagely the beast has already clawed at your spirit.
Are you telling me there is more than one beast? More of this horror everywhere? I have no doubt that someone in Prism knows what's going on here. And I'd bet my bottom dollar it's the scientists. Pencil pushers rarely have a clue what's really behind their reports and numbers. So the corporate labs might be my best chance at finding someone who can help us. What's with all the secrecy, Frank?
You were reassigned to one of Prism's labs. Apparently you volunteered for the experiments they were running. I've been with Prism long enough to know that whoever goes in there doesn't come back.
I'm standing right here, Frank. Maybe I wasn't a good test subject.
Son, I'm afraid you made a perfect one. Have you been feeling off lately? Aside from the memory gaps, troubling dreams, words that aren't your own?
What are you on about, huh? We're in a living nightmare. I barely get any rest. I don't even remember what I said or who I've talked to 5 hours ago.
Still, you know what I'm really talking about. The places you go turn people into those things. Everyone dies or goes crazy. But you always make it back, safe and sound. Can you explain that, Carter? If that's still who you are.
Can you even hear yourself? I've been risking my goddamn life to get us all out of here. I brought you everything we need. I kill these things every day. For you.
True. You've protected us from the other monsters out there. But now I've got to protect everyone else from the monster among us. You. I'm sorry, son. You were a good man. A good friend. But I did what had to be done.
To the end. His death is a waste. You did what had to be done.